guys, and welcome to the video. If you're new here, then welcome. My name is Sarah. I'm super happy to have you here with me. Today I've decided to put a candle in the background because I don't know the last time that I did that. And I am actually a little nervous because it's super close to my plant friends. Hopefully they don't burn and I don't burn my house down, because, you know, that's just the kind of look that I tend to have. This video, I'm sure if you saw my last video, you already knew it was coming because it is part 2 of a 4-part series, I guess. Is it a series? I don't know. Not that long ago, I bought the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Vault collection, and I did a first video where I just kind of unboxed it, and then I played with the purple palette, which I think was the Bling Boss palette, to see is it actually good. And so I asked you guys to request which of the remaining 3 palettes you wanted to see the most, or at least you wanted to see next, so that I could give you the content that you're looking for. So y'all decided that the yellow palette was the one you wanted to see, which makes sense to me because pretty much the consensus, it seems, is that yellow is not a very common color theme for palettes these days, or at least not lately. I don't know. I've pretty much never seen a yellow themed eyeshadow palette that I can even think of. So I think that's why you guys were the most interested in it, and I'm actually very interested because I have never used an eyeshadow palette with this color scheme before. So here it is. We're gonna go right ahead. I do this thing where I buy something and then I keep it in the box. Like, I just like to keep the boxes for a disturbingly long period of time. So I'm pretty sure that must be Armed and Gorgeous. It must be. Let's find out. Yes. So you guys wanted to see the Armed and Gorgeous palette. Now, I could probably take this and go super neutral with it, but I do want to try to use at least a few of the fun colors. I don't know. We're just gonna have to see where it goes, but I'm excited, so let's just get going. So I am officially on my 2nd glass of wine, so this video may or may not be reminiscent of my New Year's drunk makeup challenge, I think it was called. If you want to watch that, go right ahead and watch that after this because it's embarrassing. But it's just one of those nights, you know, I needed a glass of wine after a long day at work, and 1 glass turned into 2, so hopefully this zoom is zoomed in enough. We're gonna get going. I've already done most of my makeup, which I'm sure you can tell. So this is what we're working with. And honestly, it's a beautiful palette. So I'm really excited. And as per usual, I am gonna be mostly using my Shop Miss A AOA Studio eye brushes because I just think that they're bomb. And they have a lot of options. I also have my AOA Studio color switch thing. So this is basically the knockoff version of the Sephora color switch or whatever. Basically you just use it to switch between colors when you're too lazy to clean your brushes like me. So similarly to the Bling Boss palette, which I'm pretty sure is the one we used before, there's no real transition shades here. Obviously the lightest shade is the sparkly white shade. We're not going to use that as a transition shade. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to start by using this shade here, which is called Spruce. It seems slightly lighter than this one, which is called Agent. They're very similar, but that's what I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do. So taking the E128 brush, I'm going to go ahead and try to put this in the crease. Yep. That's pretty much it. So this shade is called Secure, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what I said it was called. Ooh, roll back that footage because I'm pretty sure I said that this shade was called Spruce. It is in fact called Secure. So I'm gonna put that in my crease. There's a pretty good chance that this brush may have already had some eyeshadow on it from a previous eyeshadow look that I've done. So as you can tell, one of the eyes doesn't look the same as the other, so that was my fault. But we're gonna move on and just try to make it look like maybe it was the same. So This is going to bother me, but I'm pretty sure by the time we actually finish this eyeshadow look, you're not even going to remember that this was happening. So we're just going to keep moving forth. Moving swiftly along, we're going to go into Smooth Criminal. And I think I'm going to do a halo eye because last time I did not do that. So it would only make sense to do it this time. So I'm going to go and start with the E131 brush. And I'm going to just put Smooth Criminal on the outer and inner corner. And then I'm just going to blend those edges out with the same little orange shade that we used before. Fabulous. So now what I'd like to do is go into the shade Access, and I'm going to use that to like blend above the original transition shade that we did, just to give it like a hint of yellow, because we are actually going to go into, in my opinion, the craziest shade of the palette for the center of the lid, and it is a little bit yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and take my E127 and we're going to go into Access, and we're just going to gently, just very gently blend out the top of all of this. So this is looking pretty much just about how I want it to. Is it looking like Jaclyn Hill would do it? Probably not, because she's way better than me, but that's fine. So we're gonna go and move on to the shade that I think is in fact the craziest one, which is called Coin, and it's like, it's extra, you guys. Like, I don't know if you can tell. It's like, I don't think it picks up on camera the way that I'm seeing it, but it's like almost like a neon yellow. There's like some green undertones happening here. Like, it's like alien. So I'm actually going to go ahead and use my fingers to pack this on the center of the lid, because as we learned in our last video with the original palette, fingers tend to work the best when it comes to the shimmery shades. So let's go ahead and give that a go. So while that's looking extra crazy, I'm going to go back into Smooth Criminal on my 128 brush, and I'm just going to try to like blend out the sides of that so it's not just like such a harsh little spot, you know what I mean? So hopefully that will kind of save what I've done. So it's looking a lot more like I want it to. I'm going to now go into Prowl, which is the darkest brown shade, on a 132 brush. And I'm just going to kind of very tightly pack that into the outer and inner corners, just so that the fade of like dark to light is like at its most extreme state. Alright, so now I want to do something with the lower lash line. I always have like a major struggle with knowing what to actually do with the lower lash line when I've done a halo eye, because I don't really like the way that it looks when you like do the complete opposite, like you put dark light and then dark. A lot of people seem to be able to pull that off, but whenever I do it, it looks like a complete mess, and so I'm not going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just like one color, like a lighter color across the whole lower lash line, and I think that's going to make a lot more sense, or at least look a lot better than it would if I tried literally anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and take Secure, and we're going to put that on the whole lower lash line, just all of it, and I'm going to use a E134 brush. Honestly, I think that's totally fine. It's acceptable. It's something that I'm totally okay with, and my skills just don't permit me to do anything further. So I think last but not least, we do of course have to put something on the eyebrow bone and the inner corner. So I'm going to pull a typical Jaclyn, and we're going to go right into this bright white shade, which is called VIP, and I'm going to just pack that like in those little areas, and hopefully we will look the same as Jaclyn does, because we all know that she is probably the one person, if you were to think of anybody, who has the most beaming inner corner highlight that you've ever seen. I'm going to take a brush that is not part of my collection that I've been using, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the name for it because I don't know. It literally just says my brush set on it, and then it says lip brush. So if you want to Google that to try to find this particular brush, you can feel free to do that. I've just had it for a stupid long time, and I've always used it for my brow bone and my inner corner because it works really well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. So for whatever dumb reason, I can literally never get my inner corner to look as poppin' as I see in some YouTubers. It drives me crazy because I don't understand how they do it. I feel like I'm doing literally the same thing, and if I'm not doing the same thing, I'm at the very least, using the same product. So can someone please comment down below and tell me how can I make my inner corner highlight literally visible from outer space? Please tell me, I need to know. So this is the eyeshadow look. I think I'm pretty much done here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then we can talk about what I think about this eyeshadow palette. Well, so this makeup look is finally complete. I'm pretty happy about it, to be honest with you guys. I don't think that I have a single negative thing to say about how the palette performed, and if you have seen my first video, then you would know that I really liked that one as well. So it's just, how many eyeshadow shades did I use? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I actually ended up using over 50% of the shades because there is a total of 10 and I used 6. So I feel like I've overall given it a pretty good test run. If anything, maybe I would be very curious to see how the green performs, but I don't know. I mean, I'm really happy about it. And this shade Coin that's on the center of my lid, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna like it that much because it is a very strange shade. Like, it's definitely a gold shade, but the undertone is very, very green. So I wasn't really sure, is this gonna look good? Because usually I go for like a gold shade. Like, if I'm gonna do gold, it's gonna be a lot more similar to Guilt Trip here, which looks beautiful, and I do look forward to using that. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. It was pigmented, it blended well, there was like no fallout whatsoever, and yeah, I mean, overall super happy, very positive review. Did this look end up being a lot more like a neutral kind of shade eyeshadow look like I originally said I didn't want to do? Absolutely it did, because what else did you expect from me? I did try to use some of the crazier shades. I used the yellow, I used that crazy weird metallic shade, and that's like a little bit out of my comfort zone anyways. So I'm pretty happy about this, and I just don't really know where I would have incorporated the green. I don't know if I'm that creative yet, but we still have the green palette, the forest green palette, to do a video on, so that's when it's going to be my time to shine, and I'm going to figure out how to use the green shades. So of course, because the video's over, you know the deal, you guys. If you liked it, feel free to give it a big thumbs up. It means the world to me, honestly. Like, whenever I see anyone give it a thumbs up, even if it's just one time, I love you, I appreciate you, thank you for being here for me. Yeah, I'm just super happy to have people actually interact with my videos sometimes. So, otherwise, if you have any video requests, out of the 2 remaining palettes, which one do you want to see the most? What is the options? Oh, that was almost really dangerous. We have either this bad boy right here, which is called Ring the Alarm, very neutral eyeshadow, warm shades, things like that, or you've got the forest green, which is the one that I am the most nervous but the most excited about, and that one is called Dark Magic. Love the name of that. Obsessed with the name of that. So let me know, which one do you want to see, warm tones or green tones, because your guys' voices are the ones that matters. You're the people that are keeping me here. So please let me know. You were very helpful last time when you both all voted for yellow. So, and I'm loving the way this turned out. So otherwise, if you don't have any requests and you don't have any color suggestions, then you can even just say hey in the comments, and I'll say hey back because I love to talk to you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!